McGinley, and I'm super excited to be sitting here with W League RVA's new sporting director, Madeline McCracken. So thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Awesome to be here.
So quick hits. Can we do your name, your title, where you're from, anything else like that you want to share with everybody?
Yeah, so I'm Madeline McCracken. I am from Alta Vista, Virginia. It's a small town about 2.5 hours south of Richmond. And I grew up playing actually in Richmond for Richmond United. Yeah, born and raised in Virginia.
So what was it like growing up here? What did you enjoy about it?
I loved that where I'm from is a small town. Everybody knows everybody, so it was a very wholesome town, and everywhere you went there was a familiar face supporting you on, encouraging you, wanting to know how you were doing. So I just loved that I knew everybody and I was in a safe environment. So yeah, I had a great childhood being born and raised in a small town.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And when did you get into soccer?
I started playing soccer at the age of 4 years old at my local YMCA, just as a rec league. So pee-wee soccer, but ever since I was 4 years old, I've been playing.
Yeah. And so what was it like for you when that kind of switched from, this is something to do to this is something I want to really work at? And what did that switch look like for you?
Yeah, so I played soccer obviously from the age of 4, and then as I got older it became more serious, and I started joining different club teams, and then when I was about 13 I had some coaches come to me and say, look, you are actually really good at this, you should try taking it a step further and playing on an even higher level team, because the potential to play in college is there. And so I just had to make that decision. Okay, how serious do I want this to be? And yeah, had a long sit down talk with my parents. Okay, can we make this work? Because I would need to now be driving a pretty good distance to get to that club team, because there weren't a lot of options where I'm from. So I had to expand my horizon of places that I could play for, and so that meant further travel. And so after I had that conversation with my parents and we decided to financially do it, yeah, it became a reality of, okay, my parents are putting this much time and effort and money into getting me to these places, these practices, these games. I have to do this. This could be a way to repay them in college with a scholarship or an education through soccer. So when I was about 13, 14, I really started to become more invested with practice, individual practices, playing on more teams. And then I got, when I was 14, a call up to my first national team camp training out in Portland, Oregon. And so that was also a big wake-up call of, Madeline, you're doing everything right, we see you. And so when I was about 14, it really started to pick up for me in the soccer world.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what did from that point, what did your club play look like? You mentioned you played with Richmond United, and how did that sort of shape your path forward as you move forward in soccer?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I played for Richmond United senior year of high school, and the team that I was on and my coach, Rob Ukrop, created such a positive environment for me. It was the year before going into college, and they just did a great job of creating this, okay, we're just going to play, we're going to have fun with it, because everything leading up to that had been so serious and so intense. And so when I played for Richmond United, it was about, how are we going to enjoy the sport again? After all these years of stress and pressure, let's just enjoy it. Let's have fun. We're a family. And so, yeah, that taught me that soccer can be fun, and there's great friendships involved. And yeah, I really valued my time with Richmond United. It gave me a new perspective on, hard work, but also being sure that there's a right balance between hard work, intensity, but also having fun and enjoying what you're doing again. Yeah.
That's awesome. And with that enjoyment, where did you go from there? Where did you continue to play?
Yeah, so after senior year of Richmond United, I went to Boston College for soccer, and then ended up transferring from Boston College to St. John's University in Queens, New York. Played in the Big East Conference, and I played there for 4 years. And then after St. John's, graduated, and I went to Europe. And then I was in Germany for 3.5 years playing professionally for the club DSC Arminia Bielefeld. Yeah.
That's awesome. So what excites you about, being back in Virginia, and is there anything that you missed you're excited to get back to?
Yeah, I'm excited, one, to be close to my family. Rather than being a 10-hour plane ride, it's now a 2.5-hour drive. So I'm super excited to be close to my family again. I'm glad and happy to be speaking my language.
Awesome.
It was German for a lot of years, so now it's English, and I've actually thoroughly missed the English speaking. So I'm excited to be around just my family again and the culture, the culture of Virginia, in the U.S. So I really missed that, and happy to be back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're so excited to have you. Pivoting to the position that you're in.
Yeah.
So you're the first sporting director for W League RVA.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling about that?
Thrilled. I'm so thrilled, honored. It's a great challenge that lies ahead. But with my past experiences playing on the national team, in college, and professionally in Europe, I feel like I have great experience and different levels of knowledge and understanding from a player perspective of how to operate things on a management side. So I do feel I have the experience from my own past and personal playing career to do this and to take this on, and I'm just thrilled. It's a big honor. I'm coming back home. I'm coming back to a club that helped teach me a lot in the soccer world, and so it's just, it's exciting times.
That's awesome. What excites you most about taking this role on and being back?
The most exciting thing about taking this role on is being able to build something from the ground up. This is all new for everybody, for the organization, for the city, and so it's been a while since we've had a women's team here, and so to be able to start that up again and to build a team, to build a culture and identity, I'm just most excited to kind of lay the foundation for hopefully an incredible soccer future for women here in this region for years to come.
Yeah. So for people who don't necessarily know, what is the purpose of having a pre-professional team here in Richmond, but also in the larger scope of the women's game? How will being on this team affect players, and how will their experience here be an asset to them?
That's a great question. So I was also part of, it was semi-professional team in the summertime. U23s played here again in Richmond, and that was in the summer, so that during college you were still playing, and it wasn't just a full summer off, so that when you would go back to your college, you were fit, you had game minutes under your belt. So kind of rolling that over into this, pre-professional is fantastic because it provides another platform year-round for these girls to come and train and play at a very high level, so that whatever they learned in college, they're not forgetting, or it's dipping, or they're losing touches and fitness. They're coming into an environment where they can just carry that over into the pre-professional setting with us in Richmond. So it's great for their development. It's great to keep them fit, and it's wonderful for a place to build new relationships, to be able to play with other players and seeing how other players are playing and working with them and creating those collective relationships together in this pre-professional setting.
Absolutely. And so creating that environment here, what about the culture at Arminia Bielefeld and at St. John's would you love to see transfer here, especially from St. John's, since most of the players will still be in school?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would love, so on both of those teams, it was, okay, we're here to win, there has to be an intensity about it, but it was also a family. So it's one of those things where you put this jersey on, you wear this jersey, this badge, you have to be super proud of it, and so you're there for a reason. You're there to make the program better. In Germany, it was about the fans, because they're so obsessed with soccer over there, and so that's their whole life. And so to be able to put on that badge and that jersey meant something. It carried weight. And the same at St. John's is, with the school that you play with, there's history there. And so I would love to be able to bring that culture of, yes, we want to win and we want to create a family, but we also want to represent Richmond and the region really well. And we want this badge and this name to mean something now and in the future for other girls to come and play for as well, and for fans to really support. So yeah, I would love to carry that culture of this is Richmond, this is who we are, and get out there and be proud of that.